Hey everyone, I'm Marcos, and this week I would like to go right into it. I want to talk to you about being the light and the salt of the earth. The reason why that caught my attention in the Bible this week was, last week on Friday, there was a terrorist attack on Paris where 129 people died. It's something that I believe impacts the whole world, and people start asking questions, right? People ask, why is this happening? What's going on? Are things going from bad to worse? I think these are fair questions. I don't think they're wrong questions to ask. But I believe if we got to this point, right, a lot of people think, oh, where's God in all this? Why didn't God stop it? Or something like that. And I was reading the Bible, and this really touched my heart. And I would like to just focus on this for a bit. In Matthew 5:13, God starts saying, you are the salt of the earth. On the next verse, he says, you are the light of the world. And in this world that's becoming very dark, I believe that each day more and more people are looking, where's the goodness? Where's the kindness? I think we should look to ourselves. I think people sometimes they shake their fists at God and they say, how dare you not get involved in this? How dare you not stop this from happening? And the true answer is, there's a lack of God in our society. And the more we take Him away, the more we take the teachings of love, of being a light, of making a difference, of being the salt of the earth, the more we're going to see these things happen. The truth is, we need God more than ever in the midst of our society. When God turns to us and He said, you are the salt of the earth, you are the light of the world, He's calling us to make a difference. He's calling us to take a stand. Sometimes we see what's going on and we see wrong things. We want that to change, right? So it's easy to look at God and say, why don't you change it? Rather than see it for what it really is, which is us not making a decision to make a difference. And I think sometimes we do that because we look around and we say, I'm not perfect enough. Who am I to try to stand up and do something that's going to change the world? Maybe I'm not talented enough, I'm not skillful enough, or holy enough, or I got too much wrong stuff going on in my life, I'm not even going to try it. And we fail to see that in the Bible, all the men of God except for Jesus failed at some point of their lives. None of them were perfect people. None of them lived a sinless life. All of them had things that needed to be worked on. That's what I love about the Bible, is that it doesn't try to sell you a pretty picture of the people of God. It doesn't try to tie all the loose ends. I think the Bible just gives you history, and the history of the people of God and what God did. And these men were men that had failures, but they still chose to rise up and make a difference in their generation. And I think that's what we need to do. We need to stop focusing on, am I good enough? Can I do it? And know that God with us, nothing is impossible. I believe that every man that ever chose to change the world, every man, every woman, they came to a point in their lives where they had to decide, I am going to do this. They might have had fear, they might have had doubts, but they made a choice to make a difference. Perhaps you look around you and you say, where am I going to make a difference? But we all know those people around us that are in desperate need of help. If the world is lacking kindness and goodness, it's not God's fault, it's our fault for not choosing to do what we were called to do. And let me tell you something. Every person was born with a specific purpose. God is creative like that. The same way that your fingerprints, no one else can copy that. Only you have that. There are talents that only you have. There's something that only you were born to do. A God-given calling that only you fit into. You see, if you say no to God, someone else might try to do that. Or God might try to accomplish that through someone else's life. But it was you that was born with that purpose. And it won't get done the same way that it would have been done if you chose to do it. God has a space for all of us in His plan. So let's choose to stand up and say yes to the calling He has for each one of us, and be the light and the salt that this earth is so desperately needing.